Hello guys, welcome back to SWS Boxing. Today I'm delighted to be joined with the new Commonwealth silver champion, James Hawley. He's now 13 and 0 with one knockout. And yeah, how are you doing today, James?
Yeah, I'm all good, thanks, Sam. All good. Just thought I'd catch up from our last interview and check in.
Yeah. And yeah, well, you had the whole well yeah, we'll talk about how the fight went. Yeah, you fought Frankie Davey. Beforehand there was a bit of I wouldn't say beef, but a bit of back and forth online. And you had a little not a head to head, but you had that chat with is it Fighting Words or I think it's called, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we had a bit of back and forth. Obviously, we were selling the fight. And yeah, me and Frankie got on after the fight. There was no bad blood. Like I said before, I respect anybody that gets in the ring. Before the fight, I'm gonna dislike anybody I'm fighting, but after the fight, it was a good fight, and we got on, and big respect to him.
Yeah, I mean, especially at the weigh-in as well. I mean, you couldn't cut the tension as well.
Yeah, nah. Um, Do you know what? That wasn't my intention. I genuinely went to go and step on the scales, and he locked eyes with me, and I thought, I can't look away now. Like, fuck that. Like, let's go. And then yeah, obviously we didn't take our eyes off each other, but that wasn't the intention at all. I wanted to step on the scales and go and eat my food.
Yeah. Did you just, you thought, not looking away now, I've got to let him know that
Yeah,
he's.
exactly that. Exactly that.
So they ended up, your coaches had to end up sort of turn you both around. But yeah,
Yeah.
so talk about how the fight went, and we'll get on to the knockdown and the whole winning the title. But yeah, talk us through the fight on and how you felt during the rounds and stuff.
Do you know what? Before the fight, I felt very disrespected in a way. I'll be honest with you. I felt like everybody was all for Frankie Davey. Um, Everybody involved in the event. I'll be completely honest. I've told them that as well. And I feel like I proved a lot of people wrong that night. Everybody thought that James Hawley was washed up. James Hawley's done too much partying. James Hawley's doesn't take boxing serious. I trained. I trained hard for that fight. I trained 5 or 6 days a week, once a day. But that was more than I've ever done before. So going into the fight, I was very, very confident with my fitness because I'd never done the training I'd done. Um, but I was a bit disappointed with everybody around me, obviously not having the belief of me winning the fight. So I think that's why there was so much emotion at the end of the fight because I felt like I proved everybody wrong and showed everybody that I have still got it. And this is just the beginning. And do you know what? Fair play to Frankie. He gave me a harder fight than I expected. Um, but and then I felt like once I started walking him down and working inside, I felt I was too big and too strong. And that's what won me the fight.
Yeah, do you believe yeah, just but as you mentioned, you believe everyone was, backing him,
Oh,
promoting him to be sort of like the home sort of fighter, people were backing him. Do you feel like the promotion was sort of backing him in a way, like trying to making him the favorite sort of thing, or
yeah, 100%. 100%. I do think that. Probably down to his social media, following him, following the team he was with. I believe they didn't want me to win that fight. They wanted Frankie to win the fight. Little things happened. I spoke with my manager the other day about it. Obviously, I wasn't happy about it. But we've sorted things out now, and they've promised to get me the fights I want and do for me what I need next in my career. So it is what it is. I understand from a business point of view why they wanted Frankie to win. Um, but again, I proved everybody wrong, and now I just want the right fights, and I want to push on and be the best as I can, as quick as I can, if that makes sense.
yeah, and also talk about the whole the atmosphere in there. I mean, he brought a load of fans. You had quite a load of fans yourself as well in there, so it was sort of the crowd was even. I think the crowd really enjoyed watching the fight as well. Very good fight. Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. It was a very crowd pleasing fight. I think a lot of people was talking about it being one of the fights of the year. Um, yeah, it was a good fight. Yeah, it was a good fight, and it was very entertaining. And when I watched it back, yeah, I can see why the fans enjoyed it.
Yeah, up until the knockdown, do you feel the fight was quite close?
Yeah, so up until the knockdown, I felt I won the first couple of rounds with ease. And I got a bit complacent and started getting caught with silly shots. And I think it was round four. I went back to the end of round three, so the start of round four. I went back to the corner, and I said, "Just let me go and fight him. Let me just go and stick it on him." And he said, "No, stick to your boxing. Box his head off." Blah blah blah. But I think I already lost my temper in there. And I was struggling so much to get back to my boxing. And then the end of round four, start of round five, I said, "Please let me go and fight him." Nope, stick to your boxing. And I think it was round four or five. I lost. I can't remember. But anyway, going into round six, I said, "Please let me go and fight him now. I've got to go and stick it on him." And he said, "Yeah, fuck it, go and fight him." And then I said, "Sweet." Then as soon as I fought him and stuck it on him, like I said, I was too big, too strong. And
Do you think
probably
it?
should have gone.
Sorry.
I was
Oh,
probably should have done that from the start of the fight.
yeah. Do you feel like it was about being patient? Did you when you went back to the corner at the end of the fifth, did you see that shot coming? Like when the uppercut was there, did you see an opening for that shot beforehand?
I'm gonna be honest with you. You know when people say, "Yeah, we was working on this and we knew he was gonna do this and I could see him do that," I didn't have a clue. I I, I was in that ring and all I thought is now I'm just gonna fight fire or fire. And trust me, the heart will make me come out on top. There was no way possible in this world I was letting Frankie Davey beat me on that night. And like I say, no disrespect to Frankie Davey at all, but because of the influencer background he had. I wouldn't be able to show my face in boxing if I lost that fight. So I knew me going toe to toe with him, there was only one winner. I was not leaving that ring without being victorious.
And talk about that uppercut as well that landed.
Yeah, what a shot. I landed it. I didn't even realise he was on the floor. I looked up and I thought, where's he gone? And went back to the corner and I thought, touch, early night, job done. And he fucking rose from the dead and come again.
Do you think that you could have threw a better uppercut if you tried?
Probably not. I don't think I've ever threw an uppercut in my whole career.
What a shot it was. I mean, I was surprised that he got up as well. But yeah, because I think you said beforehand that you thought you'd either sort of stop him or the corner would pull him out around six and seven. And when you
Yeah.
landed that, I was like, he's right here. But to be fair to him,
Yeah.
give him credit to him for that one. He did get up, didn't he? And still fought a good fight. But do you think after then you were like, yeah, I've got this?
Yeah, I think it gave me the momentum swing, and I think for him he went into survival mode. But for me it was fantastic because I was blowing out my ass, so I could do with a breather. So for him to go into survival mode, I was like, sweet, I've won the fight now. Just cruise and don't do anything silly.
Yeah, did you feel like you could have stepped through the levels when he got back up? Did you feel, oh, I'm gonna go and give him another one? And did you feel like you were gonna stop him when he got back
So
up?
so when I knocked him down, you see me literally run at him in like a 100-meter sprint and try and take his head off. And then he held me, and it obviously got a bit messy. But then after that, it was all about. Right, I know I'm winning the fight now. Don't make any silly mistakes. I can stick it on him and I can possibly get him out of there. Um, but for me, it was where there was so much pressure on me to win. I just didn't want to make any silly mistakes and basically just wanted to get the win over the line. So after the knockdown, I was just happy to box, move, and nick the rounds.
Yeah, you were sort of patient, weren't you? After of course, after he tied you up, you went, look, I've secured this round anyway at
Yeah.
10-8, and since then you sort of yeah, would you say that you were quite patient after the knockdown as well?
Yeah, I think so. I think straight after the knockdown, I was like a raving psychopath. I run straight at him, but after that little moment, and then I slowed everything down and just went back to the first gear and just cruise control. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like you won the other 4 rounds as well?
The other 4 rounds were after the knockdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I think I won every round after the knockdown.
Do you feel
Every
like
round.
it was just the
I, I,
first
I,
couple
I, I,
rounds that were a
I,
bit nip
I
and
felt
tuck?
like, yeah, I felt like the commentary was very biased. When I watched back the fight, I think I give him 2 rounds. No, no, sorry. So every close round I give him, I'm always harsh on myself. I think I give him 3 rounds. Um, uh, but my dad and everybody else give him 1 or 2. But I'm very biased. I'm very harsh on myself. Sorry. So if a round was close, I was giving it to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like even waiting for the decision, I didn't know if I'd won because of the build up and everything being in Frankie's favour. I was going through my head was, please don't rob me. Just be fair. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, a
But there
hundred,
was
100%. Was there a bit of a not worry, but did you feel like even when you were in there, that you've got to stop him, because sometimes you see some home decisions, if you get
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, no, 1,000,000%. And that's why I said previously I'm gonna box his head off or I'm gonna stop him because I felt like I either had to win by a landslide or I had to stop him to get the decision because I felt like everything was so against me in that fight. Um, so yeah, that was the pressure of going into that fight as well. So it was so how can I explain? I was so happy at the end of the fight, but and then I couldn't actually be until the result was final, if that made sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and when you of course they were reading out the scorecards, and one was I believe two actually were 96, 93, which means it's 6-4, but you had the 10-8 as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then one was, I believe, was 98, 92.
Oh, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Were
Well,
you
when
like,
the 98,
surely?
yeah,
Well,
when
you
the
weren't
98,
that.
92 got read out, I knew I'd won the fight. It, if I never won the fight and it come out 98, 92, I think I would have chinned everybody in the arena.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, nah. As soon as that scorecard come out, I knew I had it.
Were you a bit like 96, do you feel like 96, 93 was a bit close?
I thought it was very close. I thought it was very close personally. Um, but again, there was rounds in that fight that was close.
And of
And
course, when there's close rounds, they tend to try and give it to the home guy.
exactly, exactly. So, um, yeah, I'm just happy to get the win, and it is what it is about the scorecards. We sort of was expecting that him being the home man. Do you know what I mean?
And
Um,
when your name got announced, the new Commonwealth Silver Champion, what did it mean to you?
it was. I can't even explain. It was like I said. It was more relief, more like proving people wrong. For me, I've always known what I can do, and I've still not shown what I can fully do. I how can I explain? I've got a lot of problems, like myself. I wouldn't say I'm the normalest person in the world. Like even after this fight, I've only just got back training. I wanted to quit boxing. I've for the week after the fight, I was on top of the world. For fuck's sake, 1 second, these lights keep going off. I had all the promises. This is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. After a week after the fight, I didn't hear from anybody, and it was like I was a ghost again. And for about 2 weeks, I was generally done with boxing. I didn't want to box no more. I said, you know what? Fuck this. Like, I've just beat the man they didn't expect me to beat. Um, beat him. I've just won a title. Nobody's interested. I'm calling it a day. I've been in this sport way too long, and I thought this was going to be my breakout fight.
What were you not getting any? When you say you weren't getting many messages, what was that?
Like
Congratulations for winning the fight, or the promotion
I,
side of things?
I got loads of congratulations for winning the fight on fight week. And everybody like support was amazing. But from the promotion side and boxing side of things, it was like everybody that I need to be on my side right now wasn't, and it was like I even then started calling people out. Well, I say people, I called out James Osborne. Um, and it was like I feel like I've got to do this all by myself again. Like surely now I've won the title and I've pulled up an upset because that's what it was in my eyes. That's what they thought. Surely now they're gonna offer me something good or whatnot. So, but like I said, I went for a meeting with my manager, and maybe it was a bit in my own head that I just never reached out to them to speak to them, but I was expecting them to reach out to me. Um, and yeah, like I said, I didn't want to box anymore. I was done. And I only really got back training last week. I've been training this week, but I'm ticking over at the minute. Just waiting on some news. I've been promised a massive fight next on a massive card.
Oh,
So that's what's got me back training, to be honest with you. If it wasn't for that, I would have hung the gloves up and said, "No, that's me done."
what
Um,
really?
yeah, no, really. Do you know what it is with me is this boxing game is, don't get me wrong, when you're at the top and you make loads of money, it's fantastic. But I made 4 grand from my last fight and I've fought for a title and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's the biggest payday I've ever had in boxing. And I've been boxing since I was 12 years old, do you know what I mean? So for
Mm.
me, it's like I can go and make 4 grand in a week, go in do something else, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and it's, for me, it was never about the money. I just wanted to be the best in the world. But it gets to a time in life where I'm nearly 27 now, and I need to start thinking about making money and um, actually focusing on myself. And for me, boxing hasn't really been doing nothing. But then obviously I've got this promise, so fingers crossed it does go ahead and I don't get messed around. And then I can fight on a big show, and from there we carry on winning. And world's my oyster. But until then, I don't believe anything I'm told in boxing anymore. So for me, at the minute, I'm ticking over until I find out for sure. As soon as I get the confirmation, I'll either be all guns blazing or I'll be retired. It's one or the other.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that big opportunity does come off. I will because when you're the champion, you expect people to start wanting to call you out and try and want to take your strap off you, if you get what I mean. You were sort of expecting people to be saying, "Oh, we want to challenge you," them
Yeah.
calling you out for once instead of you calling other people out. But
Do you
yeah,
know what? Do you know what? A few people have called me out, but they're people that have only ever fought journeyman. They don't bring anything to the table. And for
No,
me, it
oh,
was,
that was it Lloyd Farrington?
yeah, he called me out. Barrag Kara called me out.
Harrod, yeah.
Um, a few different people called me out, but for me, I've already proved myself now. I don't, like I said, I would sooner rather retire from boxing. If I'm going to stay in boxing, I need to be on a big show and I need to be fighting somebody in minimum top 15 in Britain, because
You've got a
other
good
than that,
ranking now as
it's not
well.
worth my time. I don't even know what my ranking is now.
On BoxRec it says you're ranked 17.
Oh, 17. Okay, yeah, I didn't even know. So yeah, it's just I want big fights now. I've been in the game long enough. I don't want to be fighting and trying to prove myself still. Do you know what I mean? For in my opinion, I've already proved myself. Give me a proper fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean there was you mentioned Osborne, James Osborne, of course he's the current Southern Area champion, and
Yeah.
he's just won that prize fighter tournament as well. I mean, I know you said that you've got a big fight lined up without giving too much away, but is that a fight that you'd entertain with James Osborne as
Oh, a
up
million
for your
percent.
strap and his strap?
Yeah, a million percent. So originally, mine and Frankie's fight was an English title eliminator. He's and who did he fight? Who did he fight in his last
Ranson
fight?
Cole for the Southern Area.
Yeah, and their fight was also an English title eliminator. So really, our fight should be for the English title
And it's
next,
vacant as well.
and it's vacant. Yeah, exactly. So it's a bit of a strange one. So yeah, the next fight we're literally waiting on an opponent, but what I mean by a big fight, it'll be for a big title. But we're just waiting on an opponent to be confirmed. So hopefully one of these big boys come along.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, I'm surely. I mean, it might be a bigger title than the English, but I mean, if you've won a final eliminator for the English, surely that your
Yeah.
name's definitely in there. Maybe as Osborne won that prize fighter, he's also
Hmm.
won an English eliminator. I
Yeah.
don't get why it should make sense maybe for maybe your Commonwealth silver
Hmm.
and the vacant English.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I think that's the fight, but we have to wait and see, won't we?
Is there any names that you look up you look a couple places up the ranking and you want to take their ranking off them?
Yeah, no one in general. I don't have anybody like, right, I want him. But anybody who's in the top 10, Any single one of them names, I'm ready to go. Anybody.
You mentioned that you're ticking over and stuff. But have you got a rough? I know you fought last month, but have you sort of got a rough idea of when your next fight is, like month wise?
I'm hoping in the next 8 to 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so hopefully quite a quick turnaround after Christmas.
Yeah, 100%. That's the plan. Straight after Christmas, no Christmas for me. But it'll be worth it if I get what I'm expecting to.
Yeah. Um, Anything else, briefly that you want to give a mention? As always, I know your supporters, your manager, the people who are helping you and supporting you at the minute.
Yeah, obviously my trainer, Sam Mullins, and Obed. Do you know what? Especially Sam. Sam's helped me a lot lately. In my personal life, like I said, I didn't want to box anymore. I went a little bit sideways. So Sam's been there for a lot for me lately, not just in boxing, out of boxing as well. Uh, Obviously Kevin does my strength and conditioning. My sponsors, Albie, ACB, he's just come back on board. He's helping me again for my next fight. Callum Lee, another great man. Johnny McCann, Dennis McCann's brother. I've got all these people helping me out, all these people on board. And without these people, it wouldn't be possible. So, yeah, massive thank you to all of those people. And a massive thank you to everybody that come out and bought tickets and did believe in me. And everybody that has got back on board. Now they've seen I'm the real deal. But I'm on it now and ready to take on the world. So, yeah, I'm excited for what's next.
100%. Yeah, and a big 2026 to come.
A million percent, 100%. That is the plan. That is the plan.
Have you got sort of mapped out a sort of ideal plan for 2026?
In my head, I would I would like the British title early next year and be there or thereabouts at world level by the end of the year. I don't wanna I couldn't care less about defending the British title. I wanna get these titles, collect them, get rid of them, move on to the next, make my money, get to the top of the world as quick as I can and get out of the sport because like I said, this sport it does my absolute brains in. So get me my money I deserve, get me my belts, and I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, and will it be super middleweight as that you're sticking at?
Yeah, super middleweight, definitely, definitely.
Good,
I'm
good,
done. I'm not big enough for light heavyweight. I was always fighting a light heavy just for being lazy, and I used to have camps eating what I want and whatnot. But now, super middleweight is my natural weight.
good, good. So and yeah, I mean if Turkey Al Sheikh and Eddie Earn and everyone should be watching, make sure you get James on one of your next shows.
That is the plan. That is the plan. That's what we need.
Definitely. And yeah, thank you for your time today, James. And
You too. Thank you, Sam.
well done on the win.
Thank you very much. I'll speak to you soon. Yeah.
Yeah, bye mate, thank
See you
you.
later. Bye bye.